Welcome to Nature Uncovered. This is the era when the Earth was blanketed in massive layers of ice, with silence and ancient calm stretching across vast frozen plains and distant mountains hidden in mist. Snow-covered valleys and flowing rivers narrate the story of the beginning of the Ice Age, while the cold, hazy light highlights the majesty of nature and the sense of a distant past. Across Earth's history, the stages of the Ice Age unfold, as glaciers expanded and dramatically reshaped the environment. Mighty glaciers slowly advanced over rocky plains, transforming the landscape, while herds of massive mammoths moved gracefully near their edges, showcasing the raw power of nature. Fierce snowstorms swept across the land, as animals struggled to survive in the harsh, icy conditions. The mammoth herds trudged slowly across frozen fields, their breath visible in the frigid air, emphasizing both their strength and the delicate balance of life. Saber-toothed tigers stealthily hunted their prey, highlighting the dangers that predators faced in this frozen world. Early humans adapted by gathering around fires in cave openings, striving to survive in the bitter cold. Partially frozen rivers and small waterfalls reflected the serene beauty of this icy landscape, while mist and drifting snow added a sense of quiet intensity. Finally, vast valleys revealed entire ecosystems, with mammoths, saber-toothed tigers, and humans coexisting, each playing its part in the complex web of life during the Ice Age. During the Ice Age, Earth was covered in massive layers of ice. Snow-covered valleys and flowing rivers tell the story of the beginning of this frozen era, while glaciers slowly expanded, reshaping the land. Mighty mammoths moved gracefully across the icy plains, showing the strength of nature, while saber-toothed tigers hunted their prey in this harsh environment. Early humans adapted by gathering around fires, striving to survive the bitter cold. Partially frozen rivers and waterfalls reflected the serene beauty of the landscape, and drifting snow added a sense of quiet intensity. Vast valleys revealed entire ecosystems, where mammoths, predators, and humans coexisted, each playing its part in the Ice Age world. As thousands of years passed, the frozen world of the Ice Age slowly began to transform. Around 20,000 years ago, the climate of Earth started to change. Temperatures gradually rose, and the enormous glaciers that once dominated vast regions of the planet slowly began to melt. As the ice retreated, powerful streams of water rushed across the land. These melting glaciers created massive rivers that carved deep channels through the earth, forming valleys and new landscapes. Enormous glacial lakes appeared where solid ice had once stood for thousands of years. Sometimes, the natural ice dams holding these lakes suddenly collapsed, releasing unstoppable floods that thundered across the land. These dramatic floods carried rocks, soil, and entire trees over long distances, permanently reshaping valleys and plains. The environment that had remained frozen for so long was now rapidly changing. New rivers found their paths, while expanding lakes reflected the pale skies of the fading Ice Age. For many animals, these changes brought both opportunity and danger. As the ice slowly disappeared, large herds of Ice Age creatures were forced to move in search of suitable habitats. Some migrated toward colder northern regions where the climate remained stable. At the same time, the land that had once been buried beneath thick ice slowly revealed fresh soil. Grasslands began spreading across open plains, and new plant life started to grow. These changing environments attracted different species of animals that followed the new sources of food and water. Early human groups also adapted to these environmental shifts. They followed migrating animals, explored new valleys, and discovered fresh hunting grounds. The melting glaciers were not only changing the land, they were shaping the future of life on Earth. As the Ice Age moved toward its final, the frozen world slowly began to transform. The enormous ice sheets that once covered vast parts of the Earth gradually retreated toward the polar regions. Lands that had remained buried under ice for thousands of years finally began to see sunlight again. Melting glaciers turned into streams, and these streams grew into powerful rivers that carved deep valleys across the landscape. In places where endless ice once stood, fresh green grass slowly began to spread across the land. Over time, wide grasslands expanded and young forests started to grow once again. These changing environments created new opportunities for life. Many animals began moving into these newly revealed lands, exploring regions that had remained hidden beneath the ice for thousands of years. But for some of the giant creatures of the Ice Age, this changing climate marked the end of their era. Magnificent animals like the mammoths slowly disappeared from the earth. Though they once ruled the frozen plains for thousands of years, the warming climate and changing ecosystems made survival increasingly difficult. Today, their stories remain preserved in ancient bones, fossils, and the landscapes carved by glaciers long ago. For early humans, this changing world opened new possibilities. They traveled across new valleys, discovered fresh rivers, and settled in fertile plains where life could grow again. These adaptations slowly laid the foundations for future human civilizations. Around 10,000 years ago, the Ice Age had largely come to an end. The glaciers had retreated, leaving behind deep lakes, powerful rivers, and dramatic mountain valleys shaped by ice over thousands of years. The frozen era may be gone, but its legacy still lives on in the landscapes that shape our planet today. If you enjoy discovering the hidden stories of nature and Earth's ancient history, make sure to follow Nature Uncovered and join us for more incredible journeys into TH.